Hi, this is Bob, the old ham. Been on the air since 1958 when I was 16. And I got the SS9000 out here, HEATHKIT. This is the one that I made the LED digital readout for. This is serial number 2 unit that was built in 1981. No, actually it was built in January of '82, excuse me. Anyhow, I needed to make a tool to take these pins out of this connector. You notice I've written on here plus and minus. That's where they connect. And this connector is a surplus one. It does not have the right color wires in the right places, and they're not in the right sockets. So I was wondering about that and concerned about, could I take those wires out or those connectors out? And I got to playing around, and I had this. It's called an acid brush. I bought it at Harbor Freight. They come in a little package. They're very, very cheap, made out of sheet tin metal. And I took one of those and I carefully squeezed it down with these pliers at the top here, and I squeezed it down to an outer diameter of 0.2 of an inch or 5.12 millimeters. Well, once you get to that size, I'm doing this from behind the camera, you can, here's a white wire right there, and this is what I wanted to show you. You can take this and shove it in over the pin there, the socket, and you want to push it in there good and hard, like that. And then take a pair of pliers, and I'm using the same ones that I used to make the tool, and give it a yank. And there you are. The pin is out. I can now move it to one of the other holes, wherever I want to put it. And I just wanted to show you that because you may come to a point when you want to take your connector and change things around on your connector, or maybe you've got an old connector like this, you got someplace surplus and you want to use it, but you don't have the pins or the sockets that snap in there. But you can take the other ones out like that and change them around. For example, if you see this connector here, I've got it marked plus here on the side. I did that with a permanent Sharpie marker, and you can remove that in an instant with alcohol. Just put a little alcohol on a rag, you can wipe that right off. But I use that to write on there so that I know which is the plus, which is the minus. But you notice on this connector, like I say, it's got these big fat red wires on the minus side. There's my minus side there. There's the minus connections. Well, I could use those, but since I made this tool, I can pop them right out. And I can put them over here, and I can take these other wires and put them over there on the negative side. So I wanted to show you that. And if you've got an SS9000, you don't want a connection to this one right up here. You see, this is the top with the little notch in it right here. You don't want one up here. That's not needed. So I'm going to take that one out altogether. And then these three here down the side, the lower ones, those will be my positive. There's a I took the one center one out there. Anyhow, those will be my positives, those three, and I'm going to move these two big red ones over to that position. So I just wanted to show you how to take those out if you need to on your SS9000, and you just push them back in again and they go snap and it's all back together again. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I thought that was kind of a neat thing that I discovered here on how to do that and how to make the tool out of one of these little acid brushes that are very, very cheap. Like I say, I got it at Harbor Freight. While I'm on here, I want to show you another thing that I think is really neat, and that is the Turner +2 microphone. It is an amplified microphone with a 9-volt battery in it, but I have been getting just excellent audio reports using this Turner +2 microphone. So I just thought I would mention that. And I have set the microphone gain at the second mark from 0. I turned it all the way down, turned it up to the second mark, was all, clockwise to the second mark. And then I set the +2, I've got it set on 8. But something you have to remember if you're going to use this Turner +2, see what I put on there? No Vox. The thing is that when you're not pushing on this switch right here, if you're not pushing on this switch, there is a connector on that switch that grounds the microphone line when the switch is up. So then you can't use the VOX. I don't care. I don't use my VOX. But if I should want to, I can use a different microphone, or I could get in there and I could rewire the switch inside. That would be all right. So I just wanted to show you guys how I made that little tool out of one of these real cheap acid brushes from Harbor Freight, and boy does it work nice. And you can use that with other connectors too if you got it to the right size and all. I remember taking these apart, these connectors, at HEATHKIT in the development lab when I worked there in engineering, and we had a special tool, and I remembered that tool, so I just squeezed this this little acid brush holder down to 2/10 of an inch. And like I say, it's 2/10 of an inch measured English, and 5.12 millimeters is what I measured with my digital calipers. So that's it for today, guys. Everybody keep warm. It's really cold outside today. We got about 31 degrees right now, Fahrenheit, but we're predicted to have a lot lower. We may go below 0 even. So anyhow, I'll say, yeah, and keep healthy, guys. Keep healthy. Get your vaccinations and stay out of crowded places. So 73s and good DX.